of playing to the D of gap, so you just play to 5 points. But I don't think it needs to short score at this point. Just take your maximum, go into the bag, pick first seven, and continue the game. Okay, we can see him packing again. I don't know. Like you said, we don't know what's going on in the mind. But can we guess whether if he's doubting the word at this stage?
It's very possible. We understand considering the amount of pressure that these players are under. It's possible he's doubting the word.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He has to also play. The time for this event is just 20 minutes, and wow, I can see him doing fattened. That means he must be doubting that we presumed. Wow. All right, he did fattened. I'm sure it's just called uh, a buckload of points, about 20 points from that move. Yeah. All right, Doko with JIVD OPS. I'm sure he's going to do jived to Victor did that. Doubting the fatted. The fat is actually a word, just fated. The fat can go to the fatted, get fat from an animal. All right, Doko did his top move like we all expected, jived to any of the E's, and it kept POS. Beautiful find, beautiful balance. Wow, Victor has drawn the second blank game. It should also bingo in this turn, but are we expecting to see the best move? I never can tell. All right, looks like no bingo in this turn. All right, I'm sure it's going to take time again to decide what it's going to do. Looking at the D float, looking at the N float or fattened, it may be pressed to play funny. You never can tell.
Yes, it's very possible. I mean, we saw that yesterday in the John Ayedun game. It was a very, very sad loss yesterday.
Yeah.
I think if he's going to waste time on this turn, then I think it's going to be defensive. But then do you have to be defensive at this point in the game when you already have a lead to an extent, and then you have the second blank, which means if you draw very well on your next turn, you should bingo.
Basically, you're right. I don't think that's necessary now. Looking at the first score, he scored 72 instead of 94, and he missed extra 22 points, and that's a buckload of points missed there. I hope that doesn't haunt him as the game progresses. But looking at this rack, if you can't, it's looking cool and pretty cool for him to actually seal the game if he plays well.
Yes.
We saw him arrange top Paku move from Oho or Hobo there, but those words take heads. Maybe thinking of doing Oho alone, because that doesn't take heads to just constrain that side. He's taking his time. I don't think you should be taking too much time on this rack just because you have the blank, decide your move, go through the blank, designate the blank with all the letters and just make your move. I saw him arrange Ubis not quite long.
Yes. And it's possible he's looking for a big move, which we do not see any on this rack. So, and it's going to be very sad to see if only at this age.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's Bohemian. So assuming he has one of the what's called Bohemian. So I think the two O's are just like disturbing him.
Yes.
There's an N float on the board, so assuming he has maybe an N, he could have done Bohemian or Bohemians. All right, and it only plays to a T, and of course there's a T on the board. Oh, it's not open yet. All right.
Wow.
The scores are still close. There's 20 difference for George's lead, for Victor's lead, sorry. I just like the way Dogo plays. It's very calm on stream. You can't predict his move. You can't predict what he's about to do. It's just giving a poker face.
Yes. I mean, for a player at his level, one of the things that have contributed to success today is just his, cool and calm nature. Like, it's very good, training, you understand. It's always
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, yes, committed Boho now. So if he can do blank already on his rack, so that's understandable. That means he actually
here.
testing.
And I really hope it doesn't cost him at the later stage.
All right, beautiful. Um, will translation? He did jog for 22 points. Looks like it's too early for him to burn his S. He needs to bingo to get back in the game. And quickly, George picked the best tiles he could have imagined after keeping IE blank. Godwin picked Rams and he played Cretinas immediately to Bulls for 80 points and got back to Toko quickly. Forbes and EU, because the ball is going to be kind of conditioned for hairs. So he played VoIPs. I think that's top move for 40 points. Yeah. Godwin needs to move with QUINLR hairs. Wow. The O came at the right time for him there, and indeed coin 68, been a good rack leave of SL. All right. Um, Victor didn't make his first move in the first round, but he just picking carries and having a good run in this game already. Didn't by about 130 points. Wow. That's what Scrabble can be. You never can tell that it's not basically if you play your perfect of quite cool for all your round, all the moves, you might still be able to lose the game if you don't draw well.
Yes, Godwin Vito has been picking very well, but at this stage, he has this or no who else to go with it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much with one the one to Ziba, okay, slowly. I'm sorry for the break in transmission, but we'll catch up quickly real soon. So Doku did I for that turn for 29 points, the second best move for so that I can keep his T. And with the rack of some clunky tiles, um, Victor did green immediately to shed them, and it's back to Doku's turn to move. All right, scoring track is O O O O C E F. I think just put that there. T E V. I think he scratched at this turn to keep T E. Maybe you just keep the turn for him, and the game is back to Victor to move. WS ZLXGT at rack. No, no, see that. Yeah, yeah. Victor moved wet for 30 points immediately. One 43, 293, 150 lead. Wow. Doko is to move muted E. I don't think he has any bingo in this turn. But we've seen the limit for 45 points, 3G. That's top quack move. I hope he's able to find that. Okay, opted for dime for 37, 15 head, dime to the eye. Okay, the eye he played, he just connected the D to it to play dime. Beautiful move, 37 points. And now George, Victor is able to begin Vowel to up his situation. I think he can do Zex to that retinas, ZEX, and block the E and the R floats. His back is ZLG, SEST, ZLG, and Sext. Um, George is cruising in this game. Godwin is cruising in this game. I think he can be able to keep the tempo. The board is quite open, so he does not need to be thinking of blocking. Zex here blocks the R and E of retina. There's a space for points there. Togo does introduce an E towards the lower part for any bingo ending with E there. I think Doko is pretty much in this game. Just one 10-point lead. Any error from Victor, maybe playing the phony, can cost him this game. All right, he's planning to do Zex. I think that's best move, 45 points. Or Sext. I think Aaron says before, maybe there's a plan he has before changing his mind. Maybe he wanted to block the point. The Sext takes an ING, so that's not a too cool move. This is a beautiful move for 45 points. I'm committed already. Consider the time. Victor is lagging by 3 minutes. I think he should be able to play the game with the 9 minutes left on his rack. Doko is having HOUTLEN now to move. Not looking too promising to play bingo. Yeah. And I don't know if he want to block the E he just introduced because he has to let this game be free for bingo to bring him back into the game. So he's going for the second top move from Kwaku, Taos, 28, beautiful find. Not minding his rack leave. The rack will adjust himself later on. Yeah, we can see Victor arranging something. Okay, hang. That looks like hang there or mang there. Oh, that's hang or is it H? He's taking it back. Oh, he's doing glam. Yeah, right. Doing glam there. 24 points. All right. Oh my God. This lead is Mass Victor. Loco is to move now with Will, HIN. So he moved well and kept HIN there. Beautiful move too. Victor is back to a vowelless rack, but I'm sure he's going to do something with this. It's not pretty much hard for him to decide what's going to do with this. Can see him doing tiny, beautiful find, LRST. He has killed the coin space. All he needs to do now is to kill the E of dime, and I feel it's cool. Tiny, 25 points. I'm sure he has committed that already. All right. The game is going pretty much easy. Time on the turns, just playing. Which OB ring? Still not looking promising for a bingo. Wow. I know he needs a bingo badly, but it's not gelling. There are pretty much places to play bingo. The E of dime, there's SWAT and there's SWAT right there behind. Then you can handle some bingos with a vowel to the two G's, AG, GI or GO, and still give him a bingo. He needs the bingo to come into the game, at least to reduce the cumulative spread. But sometimes I just think you just need to score and move on. This HO now, or HA wants to play for the 14 hand, will be constraining himself, you know, it's terrible. Scrabble decisions making very, very tough. It's very, very tough business. On the other hand, this will be a massive loss for Doku if he's able to land this, and the tiles are less than 25. Okay, he has committed HO. Not too bad. Locking in his own E that we need later on in the game. No problem. We expect Lunas to come down quickly for Victor. There should be no much time. Lunas, Billions, or lanes, 69 points. Increase your lead. Oh, there's a green there. We didn't spot that. A green looks safer. Lunas, a green, but it's not saying that, so it's opting for Orleans. Orleans opens an E very close to the triple. Lunas look cool. I expect him to do that. Yeah, change to Lunas. So it's not saying a green. These are the little things we actually expect the Masters players to be able to spot on stream. I am sure Doku is also spotting that side if he has a dingo for green to hook a green. Okay, Lunas come down, 69 points. He's cruising home. Doku with BAA and IRR. I don't think this will play now again. Wow. It's like he's not going to play bingo in this game where we can see Victor has done 3 bingos. There are some games you just don't have any control over. You played the first bingo with a blank, went again to get a second blank, get some couple of biggies, and kept scoring with the Q, the Z, and the X. Really impressive. This game. All right. Looking like Doko should do bad to A7, 27 points, keeping rain. Forgetting we still have a green right there. So that should be his top move. And he also has to reduce his cumulative spread to be able to keep his team in the race of the gold medal. So, like I was saying before, this decaf look like something that will fake ing if it is double F. Or I don't know. We can just quickly go through it. Yeah. All right. It doesn't. Okay. Okay. I was thinking, why would he do that instead of phased in the first move? But I'm sure he did that because it takes an extra hedge. But I don't think Victor saw that. All right. The rest was best move of bar, 27 points. Beautiful play, still keeping an A for green. The board is looking a bit short now. I'm not sure Victor is saying agreeing. CEEPIAU is Victor's rack to move and get a couple of points of 20, 25, 30 points in this round. In this turn, sorry. I expect him to be able to spot something cool. Doko has the K. Beautiful to fetch him some couple of points, but he has 3 A's. He's really facing a lot in this game, losing by this margin. The bookmakers will have predicted him to win with about maybe 60, 70 to 30%, But that's a Scrabble game. Promises you nothing. All right, Victor is to move, thinking deep on what to do. Yeah, we expect to see something cool with that set of rack. Peace. Okay, peace is cool. 38 points. Oh, better move of a piece from C3. That's a very cool move. BACLIOEANE for the 3 points apiece, but he opted for peace, the second best move for uh, 38 points. Okay, I can see Doko doing something pretty cool with his K right there. RAKIA, keeping AN. Rakia. All right. That's a beautiful five that I was 35 points. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So a piece might have blocked that, but anyway, he's still going to find something to play. Victor with 2 U's, 2 I's, and ORS to move. 321 to 493. This look like it's gone already for Doko. Okay, it's doing something. I don't get that. I think he played. Oh, bro. Beautiful find. Beautiful find for 30 points. Wow, I like that. VROURINONY. Okay, congratulations to Victor. I know you'll be expecting one of his player or the two of them to also win the game, their games to consolidate this turn for them. Like we expected that Doku will see a green and he has finished his remaining set of tiles there with Tina and a green. He fought gallantly well, but the tiles were not aligning. Wow. Victor is running down to check the fatted if it's correct with his phone. Final score 523,343. Wow. That's 180. Cumulative spread of 180 points against the current African champion. Congratulations to Victor. Despite playing a suboptimal move, fattened, he still won the game with a cool spread. I can see the players talking. I'm sure he's asking Doko if the fatted is correct. That's his first move. He doesn't want to take a chance of scoring zero. It now starts looking like maybe the fat. Is it a verb? Yeah, this is what we like to see: camaraderie, sportsmanship. Win or lose, you shake your opponent and keep your heads high, go for the next game. They're racking the board. Beautiful find, beautiful game. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. Though Doko had some terrible draws, but like we know Scrabble, you can't win all. You win some, you lose some, and you forge ahead. Yeah, that's all for round five. Let's quickly go through the standings. I'm sure round four has been updated. Let's see who is leading the team event for all categories. For the Masters, we have Team Edo leading. So this turn might be very important for them if one other player delivers for Victor to consolidate him at least. So Team Edo is leading, followed closely by Team Lagos, then Ogun, then Delta, then Imo. Those are the top five teams leading in the Masters category. Team Edo hasn't dropped any game. Okay, that looks cool. If they win this again, they'll be on 5/5. Don't forget they're playing 12 games in all, and all will be concluded today. We get our gold medalists, silver medalists, and bronze medalists in the team event of all categories. Running straight to the females event, after round four, Team Ogun is leading, followed by Team Delta, followed by Team Bayelsa, followed by Team Lagos, followed by Team Rivers. All right, Team Ogun and Team Delta hasn't dropped any games yet. They're 4/4 and just cumulative spread. You can use the link to quickly follow the pairings and the standings of the game. All right, let's quickly rush down to intermediate category. Which team is leading right there? Which state is leading right there? It's very important to know these little details because the medals are the targets. All right, in the intermediate category, Oyo is leading, followed by Delta, then Team Ogun, then Team Lagos, then Team Edo. In the intermediate category, 16 states are participating. Wow. To win gold, silver, or bronze in this category is going to be a cumbersome fight, especially to get the gold. Team Oyo is leading beautifully well. The first six teams have dropped one game each, but the cumulative spread is the difference between all the five top teams. Okay, down to the last category, the opens category. After round four, we can rightly see there that Team Akwa Ibom is leading, followed by Team Ogun, followed by FCT, then Edo, and Bayelsa, then Lagos. Team Akwa Ibom and Ogun are on 4/4. That's a clean sheet, clean slate, and cumulative spread is the difference. In the opens, they also have 16 teams. Wow. To win a medal in a team where, in an event where they have many participants or many states participating, will be a good fight. Just like going into the Lions Den, have some round and couple of fights. Winning will be very, very, very um, cool for any of the states in this team event. Intermediate, we also have 16 teams. Masters, we have just 10 teams there. All right, 10 teams, three will be podiuming and the other seven wouldn't. Then for the females, which we all know, we also have teams. So 10, 10, 16, 16. We are going to have a top day for Scrabble. Round five, seven more games to go. Three King of the Hill towards the end of the event. And we'll still be happy to cover the games on stream. Let's learn one or two things. Let's enjoy. Let's see the players draw. Let's see how they go, how they play the game, and the final results. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I think 5 to 10 minutes to be able to follow the next round, which is round six. We may not be having the masters always on the stream. We may be having opens. We can be streaming females or intermediate. Just trying to cover all tables, see one or two things, see different players on stream. But the stream is another different ball game. So players go to the stream with too much fright and tension. We still want to see how you can put in your best, on stream. All right, thank you. Stay tuned. Be back in 7, 10 minutes. for round 6. So yeah, Yeah, welcome back, guys. This is going to be a top-notch game. Going to be a cracker. Kumali versus Emmanuel Mujo. So this is Delta versus Lagos. This is so beautiful. Thank you. Crumbar. You think crumbar is a word? Putting crumb there. 82 points. Crumbar is going to commit that. This is a very good move from Mujose, the Deltan. We can see some master player also play Chrome and they'll keep the EHAR. They're not sure of the word. Scrabble is a top mental game, you know. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. He has committed Crumba already for 82 points. He's in the driver's seat already. Enoch with some duplicate set of tiles, VNNTOLE. Oh, are we going to see that challenged? Enoch is going for a challenge for that word. All right. That means Mujose knows the word very well for him to have played that. So he's going to be turned to 92 points. Beautiful turn, beautiful move, beautiful side.
Yeah, don't
Right.
work. Let me pick it down. Yeah, from Zoom.
VNNLOTE for Enoch. He wanted to drop VN, but not looking like any space to drop VN, so he played Covent. Yeah, Covent for 22 points. It's right back to Mujose. Picked some couple of biggies, ZAJEECU. And he's doing ZA, setting up for J. Wow, this looks pretty cool. All right, this is round 6 of the third Scrabble team event. We're having Lagos face Delta in this round. 3 Lagos players will be playing against 3 Delta players. 3 wins or 2 wins determine the winner of the round. Enoch with QIIND R to move. So he's doing entry, beautiful find, distracting the JAR for that play, for that space there. Entry for 28, keeping head hard. Is that move committed already? All right, committed already. All right, beautiful, beautiful, nice one. They're even playing very fast without taking much of the time. Umujose Mul JEC, and I think he's going for his best choice of Mul for 34 points. Look at him in J. Enoch played immediately QIN WDRL, and he did QIN immediately there. That's a no-brainer. You just have to take up the Q. The Q has been holding the route for some while. All right, back to Umujose JAGPENC to move. JAC JAGPENC. These players are playing very, very fast. 170 to 87 points. I'm sure it just did bounce. The score has not been added. Bounce for 30 points. That would be 200 to 87. Enoch is finding it tough in this round. VLSTWDR to move. Wow. At this stage now, you'll be thinking of changing the style or just playing Drew. Do I need to just change? Do I need to score? Don't forget we have pad, so S can go to the pads there, so the board is not really blocked. We have an E floating. We have some couple of floaters from Covent. Covent also take S. So will he do draw or just scratch and change styles?
So I think he is changing his styles to be ST.
All right, all right. He is changing, turning ST for this turn. Moves with George EA and is taking off the Heart of Combat to play Georgia. Yeah, Georgia, beautiful. I can say knockabout to play immediately. He's not even taking his time at all. Yeah, like I said, Covent take hairs. So he's playing Austral there. Beautiful fine, beautiful fine. Announces, takes the bag. You know, these players are very fast. Oh, we can see Umudose drawing the first blank with duplicate ease. I don't know if he has a bingo in this turn. Or he can do whale or wahi to disturb the hair. Pretty much first game, pretty much no hard decisions. After the crumble, it was just like the rolling, thrown in the path for Mujo say, yeah, he did Wahi, still keeping T. I think it's almost the same score with Whale, but a bit higher by 3. We can't really see no track, VIOS, and some tiles. I think that's the tile he wants to play, KE high, okay? 230 to 167. Mujose also still having the blank. That's a very good relief for him, you know, in this game. So can you say Mujose has gotten this game in the kitty? You
I
know?
mean, the lead is still about 60 now, so it can still go either way depending on what's draws. I mean, we still have one blank flag, so we never can tell whether or not the game can, be in Mojose's favor or not.
Yeah, that's actually correct. Just say is to move now. GEEETY blank. I'm not sure as a bingo in this turn, but the blank is also a lifesaver. It's leading with 60. If he plays a bingo again, he increase the lead to about 100 and something point. So in this turn, he can do YE for Paddy. That's a very good one. If he can find that. YE for Paddy, keeping GET blank. Or you can do tight M2. Yeah, that's beautiful too. TYTE to the T of Covent. He has to make a move. I can see him thinking of gay. You know, the G may look so heavy for him. So he can do gay to disturb the L and the E of mole. You know, sometimes you don't have to also always best move from Paku. You know, they are humans, you know, taking away the G makes it more easy for him to bingo. I think it's him doing tights. I think. Yeah, beautiful find. Tight 28. He doesn't want to block the bin. You know, he can put Bing or Bind right there. 28 point, I guess, yeah, that's committed. You know, it's not even taking his time. He just VIGAIO has about to play that on 01. Big think he's changing his mind to play somewhere else. Oh, Vaggy, okay, because of his Lyra leave. BIG there will leave too many vowels. Okay, I think just be landing now. GOETES blank. It's landing immediately.
He has Goatis for 82 points. He can also play Goetis or Gimot. He has out edges and then yes, but I think he's going to go for Goatis, which is his highest score.
All right. He went for Guedes for 82 points. You know, Goaties is also looking cool. Goaties from K, yeah. Wow, that's 871 points. So he has an 82 point score on tight. Wow, it's not since tight. All right. I'm forgiving from that. It's just cruising. So that's a good find if a player can come to that side of the board tight.
Okunwale has drawn the second blank of the game. Like I said, it's still anyone's game at this point. It can go either way.
You think Inakwali can will play tight when his bingo gets complete to that tight? I think I should be saying that from him. He did OI, keeping IOES blank. And he drew SH. All right. We just to move root TEE. 385, 227. It's like this game is tilting towards Mujo say from Delta. The sack about 25, thereabout. Enoch should be coming with a bingo nest to start, I presume, or the Koji's space, but I expect him to be able to find start.
Let's take a look at the choices that we have for Umujose. He has Ut. For playing Ut, will be exposing the triple lane. He has Ut. Yes, okay. Decide to play Toto if it is if he wants to be safe.
Yeah, at this stage, you just have to the best move from Quark, your opponent can get a buckload of points from there. You just have to on the board. Going to Koji doesn't really look so cool. He has pretty good scores there. V6, old school, for 28 points and 27 points. All right, he has tried to constrain the high to play turn. Sides. I think he can do horses. He also a buckload of 80 to 90 points right there. IES blank. I expect him to also drop that quickly. Yeah, wow. I think
Don't promote the audio. Eh, then they talk, they talk as
Check which one is connected to.
All right, welcome back. Sorry for the break in transmission. We can see that Kimali played Sophie's for 88 points, and Mr. Umujose played 10 tier from his rack of INOEERT. And we have Mr. Inokumali to look now.
Yeah, Enoch has tried so very well to reduce the cumulative spread. That's why we respect these masters. They don't give up. They keep fighting to the end of the game. Because it's not over on this over. Just trailing by 61 points now. And it's to move. I think it's tracking to see what's out. We have just about 12,000 in SAG. DAFF XAN, yeah, DAF XAN to move. We can see 40 points for him right there. And we as having the track, it shows he has found out for 40 points. L1 shows us EFF. Yeah, that's beautiful. L11, I mean, AFF for 33 points, but it was going to be doing Fox for 40, then keeping the F for the high of Baggy, there's also F for 10 tier right there. That's why it's tracking. He has seen that I can get about 40-40 with this rack in the next 2 turns. So he's doing the due diligence to see if he can seal this game from this point. We don't know if Sophie's will challenge at that stage because we lost our connection. So Enoch is doing due diligence. He has some pretty cool score to take from this board in the next 2 turns and see if he can catch up with Imo Jose. All right. Sophie's wasn't challenged. But I was saying, which was a shock that, oh, I didn't see the style. I could have done my Guetis or my booties there. Enoch is tracking, and Jose is following suit because he knows he's playing a top master too. For him to track, there's something involved. It's good to play early. It's good to just play some of your moves that, this is my move, but I don't have to wait the time. So that's why Enoch has enough time, even as he's tracking. Do you think Mudos has won this game? Looking at the fact that, okay, Enoch plays 40, he gets close, Mudos 60 plays, he has WO and Pali. So he should be able to fetch his own, maybe 42. I have seen Weary to the heart of 10 tier. It's just be scoring affair, and it's how my hand see just sealing this for his team and expecting 1 or 2 more to come. All right, Enoch is thinking big, but I'm very sure he's going to do Fox for 44 points there. It will bring him so close to Umujose, and then he may do Weary for 42 to also take it again. Enoch has another F to take for Vagi straight down to the double, the eye of Vagi straight down to the double worth for another 40 to 50 points if he draws some cool tiles. So the game is not even decided now. Let's just watch as it pans out. It looks so beautiful to see. Beautiful words on the board, beautiful lacing, beautiful decisions. Sophie's is so beautiful. I would have done Austin's anyway, but did Sophie's. This is the quality of a master player. I love what he's doing here, trying to take his time, taking his due diligence. He has seen the possibility of winning this game from a slight angle with the set of rack he has now and the board condition favoring him a bit. A 12,000 sack, meaning 5 more in the sack minus Joseph's rack. All right, thank you. Oh, he's going far for 30 points, still keeping the X. Wow, so beautiful. You know, if he does Fox, Muduse will go for Rary. And right now, Muduse will still make a move. Maybe he's considering the number of thousand in the sack. Maybe there were 5,000 in the sack. He picked 3 and leave 2. Once Muduse plays now, he knows what he has. He can now take his Fox. Wow. Enoch's plan in this game is very, very, very technical. Wow. I won't be surprised if he steals this game from the unit of the game. He knows to play. Enoch is having Fox and Drain. Fox goes there for 44, then Drain can come to Vaggy. Okay, Munoz has taken Warp. Warp there. Commuted already here. That was a Warp for 35 points. I expect to see 40 points, 44 points now. Wow, interesting. The rack at that stage where Enoch had DAFF, ANS was pretty cool, but Muduse has some beautiful tiles to counter attack him, and that's why he's still having the lead of about 70 points in this game. Has FAT been added to the score already? Updated already? FAT, okay, yeah, it has. Looking like pretty much say Enoch not able to have this, you know. If he does his facts, he just does his blade to the E of 10 tier and 80. You can see him looking not too feeling cool, not too worried, not too pressured.
Well, we are having a very good
Warp is a verb, warping, warped, you know.
things that using 5G. They are using 5G network and Airtel is not going. Yeah.
It's time to see how we can
Wonderful.
steal this game in any way. Fox 44 takes him to 400 and
I'm shocked. You guys did.
401 to 423. Then Blake comes down, then he will just do drain.
No,
I guess
not.
my lose
Guys,
marginally to keep it respectable.
I'm telling you, network really bad. Really bad. But I'm trying my best. I am looking at my hang my or hang the internet router. So I'm using 3 internet connections here. Sir. I'm using router. Router, I'm speaking with you. Reason why is even because it's final game.
Look, I don't know, is he thinking of blocking or what? Because you just will play, make a move off form and you know, find a way to steal the game, even if it's +2.
I mean, I think if he's thinking of blocking, then he's going to end up short scoring himself. I think he just has to take his eyes at this point and then, yes, just hope for the best.
Is there any best to actually go for here? If he plays 44 there, It gets to 4-1. Mujose does play for about 30 something, increase the lead to 50-point lead. I can only see join for Enoch to the Vagi high, and he still loses.
Yes.
All right. The beautiful thing about Scrabble is you can take all your time to think, but the game will finally still come to an end.
Oh wow, Enoch dropped just the X
For 36 points.
36 points. Wow, that's
I think there's a 5-letter from the IF, from starting with F there to play down from Vagi, you know.
Well, there's Blay for 32 points for Mr. Mujose, and there's also Yob for 34, but I think he'll be opting for Blay.
Yeah, Yob gives FAR to Enoch. He does rock the FAR, AY, then rock. What do you think there's a 5-letter for Enoch for him to keep the F right there? Okay, this is tracking again to confirm why did this guy do this? What's he planning to do?
Oh, I think Enoch is planning on playing freehand.
Wow, not even a 5-letter, a 6-letter.
Wow.
I'll fetch him about 50 something points. Wow. But if Mendoza plays play for 32 now, he'll be on 455. So when he gets 455, Enoch now needs to score 62 to win the game. Freehand
49.
fetching something close to 50. It might not get to 60. So it might be losing marginally. But what if Mujoze goes to block the freehand if he sees that side? Okay, he just went for the
Going
best
for
move.
Blay, yes, 32 points.
Yeah, you don't have to overstress it, just play on the late 32, visually to 455, then expect your opponent to play 62 points. Freehand is 49. Right. But beautiful play from Enoch. I really enjoyed these games. I really enjoyed this
Interesting
game.
game to watch.
Though it dropped 10 points for Comba right there. Maybe Comba doesn't take S. Maybe that's why it's challenging that move. Challenge that move in the first turn. Okay, takes. All right. Beautiful game. This is round 7. All right, this round 6. Yeah, round 6 of the team event for the Masters category on screen. We also have round 6 going across all categories. Final score 455, 446. No errors, mistakes. Just kept it close and secured this win. So right now we'll be praying for one of his players to also deliver to make them win this round. Enoch's not looking so happy, but there's nothing he could really do. But he gave a good fight in this game. Really enjoying his option of FAD, OX, and freehand. The FAD is to, block the R from any heavy squash opponent want to take there. Wow. There was a turn he changed and he came with Austral. Then he played a couple of moves. Then he picked the second blank. Then he spotted the side. So just imagine just challenging side. This game will end for a win for
Yes.
And the 10 for Comba also make it a lose of -10 for
Enoch
too as well. Wow. It's beautiful to see.
It was such an interesting
He may
game.
be feeling bad about the Comba 10 now that if I didn't give him 10, I'll win with 1.
Yes.
But it's not for Mujoze not to challenge Sophie's 80 and 88 point at that point and just look away and let it go. Beautiful game, is racking We'll be praying for his team members to also try to win their 2 games. All right, this is round 6 of the Masters event, team event. Don't forget, it's also going across all other events. They're playing 12 games. They're still going to be there. Sit back, grab your juice. We're streaming all games live. We're streaming all games live for this team event. Today makes perhaps the end of Scrabble event, and this is the 22nd National Sports Festival Scrabble event, Gateway Games 2024.
All right, welcome back. It's round 7. And on stream now, we have Prestige Achibong from Team Akwa Ibom facing David Oji from Team Ogun. This is the intermediate category of the Scrabble event at the 22nd National Sports Festival, Gateway Games Ogun 2024.
Yeah, this is another going to be another cracker between these two players. They are at the top at the moment. Ogun State versus Akwa Ibom right here. Akwa Ibom is going first. He just draw Joe and Toga, Joe Toga. This really look like a straightforward move of Joe. You know, if he has an hand, he can do Jawan or Ajuan. All right, you see that drop it down. 26 points.
All right, David Oji is not playing as he has drawn the first blank of the game alongside BEHUUT. Joe, do you think these players will be playing Conference Basketball for most of their games? I mean, considering that they are intermediate players and not master players.
They can as well be up to the task, you know, not many of them, but at least a good number of returns. You may be able to see Kwaku top move. Because for them to be intermediates means that they are not opens and they're close to being in the masters category. Okay, duplicate use here makes this fractal too cumbersome and he has to shed them, no bingo in this turn.
All right, so looks like he's contemplating. Okay, I think he just did Baku for 9 points. All right.
Yeah, beautiful right balance, UTE blank, waiting for a bingo in the next turn. I know David picks pretty cool and combining tiles. All right, back to Prestige, Fagot, AM to move.
All right, Kwaku's best move is Fagot skipping AM. Fagos for 28 points, and I think that's what he's doing. Wonderful sights by
That's cool to see. He connected one of the hooks of Bahut. He put the T there, take his perfect score. Good rack leave. 54-9. Sometimes I wish when I'm listening like this, the game should just end. Let me just quickly sign this thing and just sign. But you must play till the end.
Of course. So the game is still very early. I mean, OG has
this is very, very, very early. Gunnet, Gunnet blank does not look like a word. Not would have played that to Jaws. Whereas some cool floaters on board, on Gwenta should be coming down if you can find that.
Also on Tango, through the A of Fagot, and Teenage is through the A. I think, okay, he can also play on Gwenta to the U, so he has just two floats on the board, which is the A from Fagot and the U from Bakut. Do you think he's going to be spotting any of the teams?
Yeah, I expect David to spot Teenage, if at least. He should also see on Gwenta. I'm really something close to that word, but Teenage should come down from him. He's scrambling his cells now. I don't want him to be feeling. You shouldn't be feeling too pressed, so that you shouldn't be missing this bingo as at this turn. Very important for him to play bingo now. So I expect Teenage or Ongwenta to drop on this board now. Prestige having some plunky tiles, but they are very good tiles for scoring VAW and Mint. So Val can come to that FA and score about 30-something points. So if David plays the bingo, if not towards that A, at least he can score with a set of rack. All right. This promises to be interesting. For the fact that I saw Bahut and Fagot from Prestige, which was the Baku's top best move, that's impressive.
Okay, I think he has spotted Teenage, or is he still racking? There are lots of times where you rack and you arrange the right word on your rack, but you think the player is saying the word, but they are not saying the word, they are just racking. Very, very funny.
Especially when you're now on stream. This stream is kind of putting the players on too much pressure, when they're on stream. But some players have played quite a number of games on stream that have been able to keep up to the pressure of the stream. Yeah. If I'm on stream, I may take much time to play this word to find this bingo, because I would just be like, I have to play bingo now, and I may not even see any word at the end of the day. Gunnet looks good, but bad. Gunnet is the word. I expect him to do Teenages, even if it's not saying Gwenta. Teenages for 58,
There's also Untangle for 58,
Just 8 point difference.
Yes, although Untangle is exposing the triple line.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ungwents.
Yeah.
And then, Okay, so I think he has stopped. He just played
this turn. You see what I was saying previously, that the streaming, playing on the stream, it has a kind of way it affects the player. You won't know, but you will see it when we are watching them.
Yes.
But them themselves feel they're playing maybe the best move at that point in time. So it's missing Teenages on Gwenta. Okay, still not too far away. The blank is with him. We need to move now.
Yes, I think I can even cut David some slack because he's an intermediate player. I mean, if it's a master player, I would expect them to see at least one of those moves.
Yeah, you're right. I expect we still to play towards the Geno, maybe Vint or Vim, to take out that side. Yeah, Vint is looking cool. MAW is a good round play. 29 point, I think. Vint. No right to blank for David Oji. It's a very beautiful rag that's conferred about 60 bingos. No right to blank. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think he plays this and he gets back into the game. A couple of balance for Prestige in after that Davis turn. I expect him to also come with a bingo. He's having we and MAIS. If he sees a T, he can play team wise, but I don't think anything will be coming for exposing on this board.
All right, I think we're going to see OS3 for 73 points by David Oji.
Yeah, that gives him a slight lead in the game. Beautiful one. So you see Scrabble, sometimes like I was saying in the previous games we streamed, there's sometimes you make a mistake or a blunder and the bag will still give you what you need. You know, after missing that word, normally I would expect that, oh, maybe we pick some clunky tiles like V, W, F, K, you know, and we'll be struggling and the blank will be deceiving him on his track, you know, or you have to use this blank for the only forward on his track. But, you know, sometimes you play some suboptimal move and you will still draw well. But sometimes when you play suboptimal move, you may get punished for it.
Yes, yes. Scrabble is really a game that promises nothing. You can see in some games where players are making their top moves, and when they go into the bag, they do not pick what they expect. You know, they pick very, very floppy tiles that are not really flexible. And there are some players that they should score, and at the end of the day, they end up picking great tiles and end up winning the game at the end of the game. So Scrabble is really a game that doesn't promise any player anything.
Yeah, very correct. Like this Prestige rack now, AIES. You can be lucky to have a very simple bingo to join that. And who knows, if you pick some clunky tiles, you may have to balance again. Maybe to move with Pupa ARR. This rack is not looking beautiful. Beautiful. Pupa ARR.
Oh, well, Prestige drew 2 vowels and an S. It's really not looking good for Prestige. Okay, David just made a play of Pupa for 20 points, taking it to 127.
Like I said, when we proceed to make the meal, it kept AIES, you know, that rack leave it was too over flexible,
Yes.
if anyone like that, you know. Some masters player will want to play or find a way to play OWE in that previous turn, OWIE, to keep MIMES, you know, to make the rack a bit balanced,
Yes,
you know.
yes. Keeping 3 vowels and a consonant is not really advisable, especially now that the game is still early. You know, you do not want to make your opponent take a very strong lead.
You're right, right.
All right, so Kwaku is saying Prestige can play Sophie through the P of FIFA for 20 points, leaving ES. You can also do Soja, keeping EEIS for 24 points. I think I'll prefer Sophie because it's leaving just one consonant and one vowel, and it's pretty balanced and it's giving him the chance to go into the bag to fetch more tiles. You know, playing Soja, EEIS, 3 vowels and consonants. It's not really a good move if you ask me.
Yeah, you preferred Soapy. Soapy is giving out a lot, you know. You might not even know the Soapy because it takes S. But the amount of Soapy, you know, it's Soapy of Y, then goes to IR. So I'm looking at Soldier was keeping EIS is also the same condition where it was before. So he has to look for a way to, I don't know, just play something, and hope for the best.
Okay, so I think he's doing SAE. SAE. That is keeping EIOS. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, David Oji as ADEKNRR. You know, it's actually not a bad rack if you look at it, and he has a bingo NAD KNARRED for 86 points. Wow, it would be really fantastic if we can spot that.
Definitely. I saw him arranging with drunk and looks like he may not be saying this word. He knows there's nothing like the drunk, but kna is a beautiful word to spot. I think it comes from the 4-letter kna, then goes to RRED. Yeah. It would be cool to see this on stream, but he has played already and committed this move for
30 points. It's not really bad. Keeping ANR, you know, it's a very flexible rack. Prestige has drawn QSIEODH from his previous level of IEOS.
So on this game, David has missed with 2 words, which would have given him a good leverage in the game. But
Yes.
even at that, he's still leading with about 30 points, and I think he's still doing well.
Yes, I really think he's still doing well. You still have the Z and some other tiles outside, and the blank has not been seen. Okay, yes, you just drew the X. This game can still go either way, if you ask me.
Yeah. Is there any way for Christy to drop the Q? You want to drop the Q to balance the S for bingo, but there's no move that will drop the Q without using the S. So
Yes.
we are seeing Kwaku Top's choice of should for the one keeping QI. Very good option, if you ask me, very good option. But the problem with the option is Z is not seen yet, so we're scared of, should I do that and keep open ZE? If it does see H, SIDHE, he will keep QO. QO is not really a good rally
Yes.
for him. It will be a top division for Prestige now. He will wish he can just drop his QI somewhere.
Yes, and Joe, can I ask you a question? So I don't know if you've ever been in this scenario where you pick the Q and then you just dispose the Q, and then the next time you go into the bag, you pick the U, or you probably exchange the Q, and then when you go into the bag, you bring the U out.
Yeah,
It's really very, very painful. Scrabble is a very
yeah, you're right. It happens. Like you see, the back room teach you nothing. So that happens. You may drop the Q and pick the U. You may just use the U and pick the Q. The Q is a very funny tile, but in the right board condition, the Q can deliver for you. Just like we saw coin from a player online keeping RIS. He was leading and also got coin for about 65. It's beautiful to see Prestige doing the best move in this turn of his rack. Shoot keeping QI. He's not bothering about his Z there. Wow, that's an impressive move. Wow, I've seen him do Bahout and Fagot. Now he's doing Shoot, just taking his maximum score. I think I'm impressed.
Yes. Oji has AEGNORX. He has quite a number of choices of moves to make. It's really not a lot, but I think he's going for grown.
Yeah, he's also scared of the Z coming down. Looks
Yes.
like he's set up from the stage,
Prestige, of course.
So he went for grown, keeping his ears for something cool later on. Prestige just drew IIIAE.
3I.
I drop.
Wow.
This is not what we would like to see. So he should be able to change in this turn or constrain the AN right there. Wow, beautiful. It's changing all and keeping only E. But looking at this changing, the grown is opening a space for Z.
Yes.
Can fetch about 70 points there.
Yes.
It's a good option to change since you don't have it and your rack is that terrible. Because your opponent also played the grown to open that space. You also played the shoe to open that space. Anyone that picks the Z has a very good chance in this game. Wow. David just drew the second blank.
Wow. I think this game is tilting in David Oji's favor, if you ask me.
Yeah, Kinder. Keeping EX to pick blank is something so cool to see.
Yes.
I think he should be able to play bingo, or if there's a float on this rack.
Exciter for 98 points.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's where he still had the card.
Wow.
That
Yes.
didn't see,
Exciter.
I expect him to see this. Maybe this top player is the current youth champion. Has won a couple of tournaments too in Nigeria. He's doing very well for his category. You should see Exciter. It's dropping in 2 spaces on this board. Like I said, the odd seat is always very, very hot. You just be bland to some things. Not that you don't know it, you not be bland like, oh, I missed that. If you tell him, oh, did you miss that? Like, oh, I know it. Oh, like, nah, we're pleased to see that. Anyway, he's planning to do thirds. If he loses this game, he will feel so bad using those words.
But then can he lose the game? I mean, Prestige rack is not looking like he's going to shape anytime soon, and he has the second blank. So
yeah, that's a very good point. He might not, because he has a blank and is leading with 20 points thereabout now. But this, normally he's supposed to be punished for these misses. But Scrabble doesn't really punish you. We have seen teenagers miss on Winter. Knad, and now etc. looks like it's not going to drop. Painful, but still cool since you have your blank and you can still come with something.
Yes.
It's thinking of Fent, Ante, and Text. Yeah, so I'm planning to do that. And not too bad.
Yes.
Increases your lead and keep your blank. There's this confidence the blank gives to you when it's on your rack, especially when you're playing with somebody you are thinking you're a bit better than, you're like, oh, I can afford to lose this turn, and still.
All right, I think it's going to be a miss as it's arranging text for 37, keeping EIR blank. Not a bad leave if you ask me. It's still very flexible. I mean, the right combination of one vowel and some consonants will actually make this very good.
Yeah. Are they reconciling?
I think the time is
paused,
paused.
yeah.
Yes. I think they are reconciling scores.
Or does that look like a challenge or Fent or Ante, Okay. Then someone with racks. Racks are cool. Okay, I'm looking at Chris's rack. I expect him to find a 5-letter word across that grown to be able to score a couple of 4 points. But I'm not really seeing anything yet for him there. But this rack should fetch him about 30 points if he's able to find something.
There's an option of be full for 37 points, keeping C, giving him the chance to go into the back for more racks and for more draws. But I think he's playing FOB instead for 28 points. FOB for 28.
Yeah, pretty cool move, keeping cool and not exposing the full to S. Just give your opponent the chance to just play the fools.
Well, David drew the Z.
Well, I'm just loving David's draw, but the misses are just funny that you're missing and you're picking this way. Wow. He's going to score about 70 points in this turn, and I think the board is now tilting towards his position to win this game. Zoril right there in school. Oh, sorry,
Prestige
hasn't committed a turn. All right. I think it's saying the possibility of that Z coming right there.
Yes. I mean, at this point, the lead is not a strong lead. It's just about 24. The margin is just about 24. So Prestige doesn't want to be very reckless in giving unnecessary spots for David to score and extend the lead even further. But what he does not know is David's rack is actually very, very promising. It looks very good.
Yeah, David has he has the juices Prestige will be needing, because after changing, you're expecting that he's supposed to pick these juices that David is having now. But Scrabble is just like that. David has Croziers. I think the 4 has been committed now.
Yes.
Croziers is not going to drop, but with 70 points, he will be taking a lead of a bingo lead. Oh, I can see him picking the. Okay.
Well, what's going on? Is he using the blank?
Uzia.
Uzia for 74. I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's really not a bad choice. But Joe, would you actually make this move or you play Zori for 46?
All right. I was not even saying Zoril. I was saying Zoril for 69, right? Using my blank there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think the choice of Uzia is cool too.
Yeah.
But you're exposing a half for your opponent. If you place a bingo dead now, you're back to square one in the game. And it's pretty much cool. Just take your score. 74 points. That's massive.
And Prestige doesn't seem to have the tiles coming in his favor as he doesn't have a bingo on this turn. But he can score 28, playing ROUM, and he can score 30 for Ulsa. I think I'll prefer him playing Ulsa, keeping NO.
Yeah, well, Ulsa looks cool. The board is totally blocked in this situation. So you just have to take your score and try to maybe end the game. But it's still possible for him to try and look for a way to open the board at least. Don't quickly consider a loss. Maybe MOP there opens the board, Mob opens the board. They can play something to Hante, maybe Kante or Kanta, or Manta, something. Just try to bring the board open.
Yes.
Because if he keeps playing inside, they will be happy about the condition of the board.
Yes, the lead is almost 100 now. It's about 98. It's about 98 now. And he really needs to get back in the game if he wants to have a chance at winning this game.
Yeah, you're right. Looking at it, David is having the go ahead in this game. He's commanding the game.
Yes.
The ball is in his favor. His throws are cool, leading with almost 100 points. His draws are so fantastic, so fantastic.
Prestige is still racking, trying to figure out what's it's good for him to do. I think he has Ulster. He's planning on doing Ulster, keeping MO. The board is pretty conditioned at this point. You know, you do not really have a lot of things you can do. I mean, what are the chances of playing a word that ends with the letter P? What are the chances?
Tongue slip is possible. You know, there are some pretty cool words that end with letter P, but you have to have the right set of styles to be able to play that. All right, he has done Ulster, but hasn't committed. You know, I think he Ulster looks like he's conceding defeat in this game because I know David is not going to open this game for him.
Of
Play in, you know, so. In fact, I'm happy. I'm sure he's happy that the opponent play horse and not able to get out.
Use this workload, you know, of
Yeah.
blocking the board. All right, David just played BMTI. Just played TI from his rack of RETAILI.
Yeah, David have been pretty much cool, and you know, yeah, if he sees an N, he do inertia, so he just has to keep looking the board and taking his score.
I think Prestige exchanged the Q before, and then the Q has found its way back to Prestige. What an irony.
Yeah, what would be the Q is back. Prestige is not having any chance in this game. But I was like I said before, MOP can bring this board back to life, you know, but it gives it all away. But you're trailing, you can do that and don't mind the repercussion for doing that.
Oh, I think Oji did not play TI. I think he changed it to RIAL.
Yeah, he did Real.
Yes.
Am I saying Prestige arranging a non-word? MOOH. Yeah, the
effect of pressure.
Yeah, prayer, you know. Prestige has been playing pretty much well, you know, but now he's not playing a non-word. I can see him crying in the bag. The opponent is not challenging. Or am I missing it up? Oh no. It's shaking and it's about to peak. David is doing MOH. Wow. These are the things we see on stream, you know, and it's not coming out. But the MOH is beautiful. That's opened the board now and maybe bring Prestige back into the game.
Oh, probably. No, not a lot of tiles left in the bag.
Yeah. Okay, David is still inside the light. Kept our ears.
Other than the few misses from David, I think David has been playing quite all right.
Definitely, as far as leading to, you're playing quite all right.
Yes. And I think the tiles have been in his favor.
Yeah. Prestige has actually been playing very well. The tiles are not just for him, you know. I didn't think we fix Prestige.
Not at all.
Yes, you know. That's what Scrabble does. It can do playing well, you're not picking well, you're playing badly, you're picking well, you know. Tiles almost out. David, we want to condition this space now. Wow. There's some words ending with M, realism, ISM words, you know.
6 vowels for OG, EIS, AI, IE.
And what are the changes at this tone? Why is he keeping this set of tiles?
I'm not so sure what's
it's called 12 points.
Thinking.
All right. Okay. Maybe what he is tracking and seeing that the bag is a bit funky for his opponent to play bingo to the ham.
Yes.
You know, he even looks like the one that has the boot house to play bingo to the ham. You know, what's any with ISM there?
Wow, Prestige doesn't have any followers. I think this is a gone game.
Yeah, I feel for
I
him.
think it's gone game. That's a gone game.
And I can see David tracking, so I know he's following up with the tiles I'm seeing, you know. So this looks like David has wrapped this already. I don't think Prestige can change.
No, it cannot. Cannot. I think there are just 2 tiles left
In the bag, yeah. So and David has all or most of the figures right there. Oh, so sorry, it's a gun game.
It wasn't a game for Prestige because it was actually playing, you know, Paco's best move. Bad choices. Although I think where the issue started was after he played MEW, keeping 3 bowlers.
Yeah, you know, I pointed that out to you that we keeping MIS looks cool, or MES, I mean, sorry, we keeping MES looks cool. I think he has a rack of team wise without the T. I'm correct. Yeah, I think he has a rack of team wise. I think is it team wise or there was an O there. I can't remember. Anyway, let's finish the game. He does play Claude. He can't change.
Yes.
Just play Claude. Picking the last 2 tiles.
Hoping it might have.
Please, it needs to vowel. Look at this rack. DDNNYY high. Wow, this is not good. But it's still keeping the game in pace. You know, 305, 348. I'm impressed by his play.
Yes.
But David should be able to make this with the set of tiles we have.
David has advice for 31 points. Keeping AI, also BC for 31 points as well. Keeping AA, you know, David will be able to finish.
You know, I expect him to play that if he's tracking very well. Yeah, that's coming down. Beautiful.
Very wonderful.
Beautiful.
By David Oji.
I must tell you, I'm enjoying the watching the game and streaming with the players. You know, yeah. I like what I'm seeing. I like what they're making. Not too much errors, not too cumbersome or too punishable errors, but the back promises nothing, and you can miss words and come back with good set of help.
Prestige doesn't really have a lot of
options in this turn.
Just 30 points if he plays DIY, 10 points Dandy, you know. At this point, I think I would be going with
you know, it feels to win on stream. You feel so cool to win again on stream, even if you don't know. I'm sure he doesn't know he played badly.
Yes.
From words, but you feel so cool to play on stream. He doesn't have much to do. Dandy or Didi and
I can only imagine David's surprise when he finds out that he joins Exciter.
Yeah, Exciter. You know, the Clan is also a very good form.
Yes.
The teenagers, you know, he would have seen that if it's raw on his rack. I expect him to see that he's raw on his rack.
You know, the blank sometimes confuses the players. Wow, Prestige is doing YINT, Y-I-N-T.
That's like a good word. Yeah. Is it going to miss this turn and give more cumulative spread?
Yes. But it's going to be really painful to see because if he doesn't play a right move at this point, it's just going to be helping David because David is going to get extra about 30 points from his rack, extra 30 points.
Yeah, so we'll be saying the win with about maybe 130 cumulative spread at the end of the day.
Yes. Okay, just showing it. Wow, he's still playing YINS and he has considered challenging immediately. That is a misdone for Prestige. That's a misdone for Prestige. David's finished with BIA. Yes. All right. Final scores 417, 305. Congratulations, David Oji from Team Ogun, you know. there was really nothing that Prestige could have done because the Towers were not in his favor at all. And but I must say he played really, really well in this game. Let's take a look at the standings. All right, for the intermediate category, standings from round 6, we have Team Oyo topping the ladder, followed closely by Team Edo and Team Ogun in third position, then Team Delta and Team Akwa Ibom. So those are the 5 states topping the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the opens category. We have Team Akwa Ibom on 5 wins, followed closely by Team Ogun on 5 wins as well. Then Team FCT, Team Delta, and Team Edo in third, fourth, and fifth, respectively. 4 wins each. You know, it's still anyone's game. We have 12 games to go. And yes, let's take a look at the Masters category and the female category as well. All right, Masters category, we have Team Edo, 6 wins. They have not lost any game as of round 6. We have Team Delta on 5 wins, Team Lagos on 4 wins, Team Ogun and Team Bayelsa on 3 wins each, separated by cumulative. And in the female category, we have Team Delta on 6 wins, Team Ogun on 5 wins, Team Bayelsa on 5 wins as well, Team Lagos on 4 wins, and Team Oyo on 3 wins. All right, that's it for now. We'll see you after the break. All right, and we're back for round 8. It's still the Scrabble event at the National Sports Festival 2025. We have on stream now Moses Peter from Akwa Ibom facing Emmanuel Umujese from Delta State. We have seen Moses Peter play Violet from his rack of VIOLTS. It is Mr. Umujese's turn to move now. And he has RURAISE, and it seems like it's going to play a bingo of Realize to the floating L from Violet. All right, this is the Masters category of the theme event, which is the last event at the Scrabble event of the National Sports Festival. All right, 76 to 60. We have Mr. Moses Peter to move now. On his rack, he has EXODIRU. So he has quite a number of moves to make. He has 45 points if he plays Doxy, keeping RU. He also has 27 points for Rook if he plays if he plays Rook, keeping DEIR. All right, so it seems like he's playing Exodi, which is not a valid word. I think we're going to be seeing a challenge, and I think that will be challenged off the board. All right, I think Mr. Mujisi is going to be challenging Exodi, and Mr. Moses is going to lose his turn. All right, Exodi has been challenged off the board, and it's really sad to see that a master player would be making a mistake like this, especially considering that it's still the early stage of the game, and every move, every turn is very vital right now. All right, so Mr. Omojose from his rank of WOBENTA will be playing Woven. All right, so we'll be playing Woven for 41 points to take the lead. So that's 78 to 101. Still with the same rack, DEIORUX. All right, so I think Mr. Moses will be doing DOUX for 35 points, keeping EIR. All right, Mr. Amuju said to move with BONUTAA. Quite a number of choices for him, but they do not really score much. He has on box for 28, keeping AA. I mean, double A is not really advisable. He has Rubato, keeping AN is a much better lead, although he scores less. You know, it scores 10 points less. It scores 18 compared to Unbox, which scores 28. All right, I think we're going to be seeing Rubato. And that is actually Kwaku's second best move, keeping NA. Good move, you know, good lead, good leave rather. And still maintaining the lead by a few points. All right, HIKEDRY for Mr. Moses. And he has Yikes or Hikes for 41 points, leaving either HR or YR. All right, I think he's doing Hikes for 41, leaving YR. All right, and I think Ibingo will be coming down now. on his rack. That's his we'll just say he has the entire Otarai. For 64 points, you can play to the D, duration, 63 points, ordinate as well. S, Senorita to the N, anointer in on it. But Otarai is his best move for 64 points. All right, so I think he's going to be playing Senorita, which conditions the board very well. He doesn't want to be exposing any triple for his opponents to play and then take the lead. He wants to maintain his lead and still play safe at the same time. All right, so that's Senorita, 62 points. Mr. Moses Peter to move now with ICYLRET. I really hope that lost stone doesn't haunt Mr. Moses Peter lately. He has a bingo to the D directly for 68 points. It would be really nice if he should spot it. He should be able to spot it actually. A player of his class and caliber should be able to spot it very easily. So 150 to 181. The scores are still close. It's still anyone's game. I mean, we still have the 2 blanks in the bag. Okay, no, 1 blank has been used by Mr. Mosfisa, so we have 1 blank in the bag and a couple of biggies. We can still tilt either way. It's still too early to say who is going to win for sure. All right, so I think it's. All right, I think Mr. Moses is taking his time to make the lead and the play rather.
All right, guys, I'm back. Joe is back now. Just took a little easy. It's good to be here again. I was seen there. Senorita, beautiful moves all through now. Peter is having directly to play, but looking like he's going to miss that. And he has Silix, the second option, 68 points or 34 points. And he's going for Saita, which is very Miaga in this turn. Terrible. I must say, when I see some monster not making the first 3 choices from Kwakul, I just feel like I don't know. It's fine. We go ahead. We don't stop. That's like we say. We don't judge. We just look about it and put it safe.
We don't judge.
We don't judge. Let us know. We look and we don't judge. Yeah, but he didn't, and he's still trailing. Jose to move Woggy EL. Woggy ES for the time for Moses is still running. Is it that he has not committed that?
Yes, he's still considering site or Saita.
All right.
Okay. I think he played site for 26, even RLY.
All right. So are you going to say that's a beautiful move, Konisola?
I would not call it a beautiful move. I definitely will not call it a beautiful. It's okay, but it's not a beautiful move.
All right. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead. Yeg is coming down there. It's not giving out a lot because the triple word space has been constrained with Ike. Even so, I think Emmanuel would just say still maintaining the lead for Delta. Mospeter has drawn some duplicate keys. When you don't play well at times, this is how it's supposed to be. You get punished for this. I expected to see Silix, even if I was not seeing directly coming down there.
Yes.
Silix is very good score, 34. You're not giving out too many points away.
Maintaining a very good
drag balance, yeah. So now he has drawn duplicate haze and is to move.
I don't think there's really much you can do, He has layup to the U from Roberto to Scott 34, keeping 2 A's and 1 R. There's really not much you can do. Unless he wants to play Alapa for 22, keeping A and Y. Let's see what he decides to do, you know. This is a turn that might actually take 1 or 2 minutes before he makes his decision.
Yeah, you know, going into the back to pick three, he can just be like, oh no, okay, you have to take your time to think of what to do with Iraq. But since what we have been saying, David, Peter play, Peter play, I'm not really the same thing that Luke score for. This is just 18 points, you know, and it's not up to what we expect there.
All right, so Mr. Mojuse has another bingo to be D. See, downmost. Okay, I think it's going to be a miss because it's playing move very fast. But it has a bingo to be D. Why are they missing their bingos to the first it was directly and now downmost, you know? One would actually think that these players would see these moves.
Yeah, but you know, like I also said again, the odd seat is different. Playing on stream has a way it affects the opponent, the players in their thinking and their psyche. And if they're playing not on stream now, I expect him to see that directly.
Yes, I mean also the downmost, it's not really a bad move because it's Faku's second person. So after downmost, so it's not really bad playing the move.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Mosquito has quite a number of points to score. He has 38 if he can score, if he can spot Glyph, lay up for 34, Irax for 36, and Glary for 28. So it really depends on. I expect him to take his IX for now because the lead is becoming much. Okay, I think he's going for Glary for 28, keeping HP. I think he did not spot Glyph, which should have been his best move at this point. Keeping AR, you know, two very flexible tiles. Let's not forget that we still have one blank on scene, and then we have quite a number of floats. There's the D, there's the U, there's the V, there's the I. All right. The I has been taken out as well as the V by Mr. Umejose, who just played for it from his rack of FRONTSD. All right. Mr. Moses Peter just drew the J. So it has IOPHEJN. All right, to move, and it has Jehu for 42, Phoenix for 36, Join for 29. It has Joe, what an irony, my partner's name. He has Joe for 30, and Jane for 28. I think he's going for Jehu, which is a stop move for 42, keeping INOP. That's very wonderful to see. All right, someone just drew the Q, no E's, no A's or T, no I, and no U to, you know, go with it. I'm not so sure there's a way it can drop the Q, so it might be considering exchanging on this turn or playing Sneed, that's burning the S for 30, or earned for 23, keeping QS. Joe, what would you do in a situation like this?
Yeah, I've just been observing. I'm not really impressed with Peter's choices of his moves. It's just like this, training with 6 points, looking at the tiles I'm seeing, 26 tiles I'm seeing. He may not be thinking of changing. He can do the snare or the snare right there. M11, snare is good, snare is good. Keep your Q. If you pick I, there's some good set of I's in the bag that you can use to get QI and IF. And he really needs to play out more tiles to be able to get those highs.
Okay, so what did he just do?
Okay, he considered blocking the E of J. You know, that looks like the only floating tiles right on this board. Though the V is still floating, but not really bad move. Constrain the board, let's fight towards the end game.
He scored 23, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's up to 23.
Rep. No, not up to.
Okay, it's just 14.
Musipita had peonies and he played with the D float, which means directly to. This is beautiful. You see, it's not how well, I mean, it's not how far, but how well. Yeah. And now it's leading the game by like very well a bit.
And Mr. Omujose's rack is not quite flexible. I mean, it has just one vowel, which is the letter E. He has the Q. B is vowel number 4, which is extending his lead.
Yeah, good. You should spot that. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so T's.
You should spot that because if he leaves that side, Mujose will play because he has big A and high, you know, Kadi or K.
Yes. All right, let's see. He has Blitzy arranged. I'm not sure where he wants to do Blitz. Probably Blitzer, but Blitzer is scoring 20. Doesn't really score much. I think what he has to do now is just take his best score and then just keep firing until his opponents can no longer catch up. I mean,
yeah, with the way I went this rack, it looks like it's going for a G float.
Yes.
But there's no G floats right for him now. So I think Bees is very good keeping links. Take your lead, block that space of the board, have the control of the board. Though the P has a good score, this is posing a high scoring opportunity for Mujose there. But it looks like Moses doesn't have any much business there, you know, so he just has to go with Bees for the 4 points.
And take his best score. The V is still the only possible float, you know, maybe something like violated can still come in, you know, V and 2 vowels. It's still